Life as an employee in Ghana can change in an instant, and this was the case of Lieutenant Colonel ASHUN, who was the Chief of Security at ACCRA BREWERY Limited, one of the country's most prestigious companies. By all appearances, he had stability, status, and a clear future at the company. Then on 29th November 1996, everything changed. He was invited into the MD's office with two other members of management present. It didn't appear to be a routine meeting. He was handed a letter telling him that his position had been declared redundant. Just like that, his role no longer existed, and he was to leave the company in 3 days. But the company didn't send him away empty-handed. He was paid his salary up to the exit date, 3 months' salary in lieu of notice, and a severance of 2.5 months' salary for each year of service, amounting to about 15 months' salary. He collected everything without protest and without hesitating, straight from the accounts department. But sometime after he got home, the reality must have sunk in. The amount he received was not enough, and by January, he asked his lawyers to write to challenge the termination. The argument was simple. There was no redundancy clause in the contract, and so management had acted arbitrarily. The package should have been negotiated and not imposed. The company wrote back disagreeing, saying that the payments followed a long-standing corporate practice, an implied part of the employment relationship. With no written agreement to rely on, ASHUN went to court. He asked for damages for wrongful termination and a new severance calculation, asking for 8 months' salary per year instead of 2.5. And strikingly, he asked for his full salary for the remaining 6 years until retirement. In essence, he was saying that if the company had not sacked him, he would have worked for at least 6 years and earned a salary for the 6 years. The High Court sided with him, criticizing the company for taking the decision on their own and ordering that they should negotiate. But on appeal, this decision was overturned and the matter went finally to the Supreme Court of Ghana. The court, speaking through the eminent Databar JSC, held that there was no express rule on redundancy in the contract and no reliance was made on any statute. So the payment could be described as an ex gratia or a payment truly based on implied terms, just as the company indicated. More importantly, the court stated that the moment ASHUN accepted the money, he had entered into a compromise agreement. His acceptance had extinguished any rights that he had to sue. If he wanted to challenge the terms, he should have accepted the money under protest, but he did not. He simply accepted it in full, and that became a mutual agreement. By accepting the package without objection, the law treated it as a mutual termination, not a wrongful dismissal. The court also made another critical point. Employment is not a contract for life. So even if a dismissal is wrongful, you are not entitled to salaries until your retirement. The remedy is damages, typically measured around the notice period and your salary, not lifelong earnings. So what should we learn from this case? First, redundancy packages are not always final. They can always be negotiated. But once you accept payment without protest, you may lose your right to challenge. Acceptance can legally convert a dismissal into a mutual agreement, and wrongful termination leads only to damages, not a lifetime salary. Follow Super Law GH Studios for more real stories, real cases, real people. This month of May, our focus is on HR and labor law. Keep following us for such information. Thank you.